maybe he'll come to some understanding with Raul.
Let me real quickly, and then I'll shut up, you guys. Let me correct myself. It's not we're going to get the short end of the stick. It's a Cuban people. It's the people in prison.
Yeah.
Those are the people that they may not even know what they don't know what they don't know right now. But I would suspect at some point, as normalizations get normal relationships continue to unfold. Everything is buddy again, and they're still sitting in prisons for what they think politically. You would think at some point, at least some among them, and I know it's probably true in the Miami Cuban community, that feel betrayed.
Oh, absolutely. It isn't going to help anyone. The families of people that have been murdered by that dictatorship, and certainly the people, as you mentioned, that are still in jail for their own thoughts, for being against what the Castros are about, and whatever else that they want to express, and they can politically.
Let me ask you one question about this, Becca. I know you've got a time issue and you need to go.
I do.
What are our list of demands? Do we have a list of things that we're requiring of Cuba in order to move forward on this? I mean, it's one thing to have a list of what Raul and I'm presuming that Fidel was involved, or is he just, they're kind of Tuesdays at Bernie or whatever, wheeling him out to
they just wheel him out and wake him up every once in a while. Yeah,
exactly. Grocery store openings and such like that. Do we know what our administration is insisting upon in order for this to move forward?
No, I not that I know. It isn't in our article anyway. No. I honestly don't know what it is that the U.S. is expecting from Cuba.
Or demanding. I have read nothing anywhere as to that question.
No.
Well, hopefully we demand nothing.
It'll make it easier. It'll make it easier for Cuba.
Yeah, our negotiating position is basically, hey, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, we don't negotiate. We just give you everything you want.
Exactly.
That's right. Cool. Well, I got to go,
Becca,
guys.
Where do people follow you
on?
I know you got to get going. We've already kept you longer than you wanted to stay, and I'm sure that's because it's been such a joy for you, of which, in fact, we're almost jealous of you to be able to be on with us. Where can people follow you? I know you got a zillion Twitter followers.
I have a few, but not as many as you have them. I'm at Becca J. Lower on the Twitters, but I really want people to read what you guys write, and all of our great writers, and go on Facebook on Conservative Daily and find the stories there.
And you know what? And to her credit, I know you're a Twitter ninja. You have tried to help the helpless, the helpless being me. You have tried to help me get more deeply involved in Twitter. And of course, I've implemented about I think I changed the name or established a new Twitter account. But I thank you for your help. And listen, you and I kind of joke back and forth on the message boards, IGR and so forth. But I really do appreciate what you do. You work hard and you're very committed like the rest of us. And you're good folks, and it's good to have you on board.
No problem. And I feel the same about both you and Halsam. It's, what can you do? We all have our ups and downs all the time, and but we all have the same goal. We just want a better.
Speak for yourself.
Better,
as far as
better world.
She just paraphrased Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We all have our ups and downs, but we're still playing together. And that we are.
Perfect.
All right, Becca. Thanks for joining us. We'll hook up with you later.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I reject the notion that we all have ups and downs. I mean, some people have downs.
They do, and then some people are in denial. So,
touche. Fair enough.
All right. Speaking of denial, well, this is not denial, but it's you'll catch my drift. This MIT professor, I think I sent you this yesterday, and I don't know if you have it up here or can access it on your long list of messages with me. But did you see that? This MIT professor of meteorology, I cannot pronounce words today, and I don't know why. Dismissed, again, maybe it wasn't early Alzheimer's, maybe it was a TIA. But back to back to the story. Dismissing global warming alarmists. Oh, no, 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 no. This guy is this guy is on board. Dismissing global warming alarmists as a discredited cult. A cult, Michael, whose members are becoming more hysterical as emerging evidence continues to contradict their belief. This was on Howie Carr's radio show, by the way.
Yeah, I have not seen this. So what do you have to say?
Well, I'll just go through it kind of quickly. And I think it's important because this guy is not, the flip side of Bette Midler or Cher, right? This is just not as world renowned as both of them are in everything affecting the climate. This guy would be the 180 from them as it relates to discounting global warming, but he has some cred behind him. Again, MIT professor emeritus Richard Lindzen, as with any cult, and just think about this, you guys, as you think about the meltdown on the left, as more and more, regardless of what climate expert Barack Obama, climate expert Imam Hines Carey, he's multi-talented, Imam Hines Carey, but regardless of what they say, or just think about this for a second. As with any cult, once the mythology of the cult begins falling apart, instead of saying, oh, we were wrong, liberals don't do that, they get more and more fanatical. I think that's what's happening here. Think about it. You've led an unpleasant life. You haven't led a very virtuous life, but now you're told you get absolution if you watch your carbon footprint. It's salvation. It's exactly true.
Unbelievable.
So he refers, and I will send you the link. I don't have it up right now, so we'll just hit this quickly and then move on. But he spoke out because last week, NASA announced this whole routine that 2014 was the hottest year in recorded history. You saw that, right?
Yes.
All right. So maybe not so much. They being some folk, are already walking that back a bit. Same agencies that proclaim that, including NASA, acknowledge that there's only a 38% chance, Michael, that 2014 was the hottest year on record. And even if it was, you want to guess by how much?
A half a degree.
2/100ths of a degree.
2/100ths of a degree. So I guess, let's just do some math here for the engineers that are listening. 0.5 divided by 0.002 is 1/250th of a half a degree. Wait, no. 1/25th. Sorry, 1/25th
because
half a degree.
50 hundredths would be a half. So yet, to hear the left on this, and they just jumped all over this. I'm sure Hines Carey and or Obama, if they have not yet, because the global warming alarmists, they just cling and rush to every story like that they can. So if Hines Carey and Obama have not already hysterically commented on 2014 being the hottest year in history, they will. But and this guy just thinks it's completely ridiculous. So think about that. There's a 38% chance that last year was the hottest by 2/100ths of a degree in the history of the planet.
How do they come up with a 38% chance?
And this is not from this guy. This is coming from, and I don't have all the information in front of me, that, well, I know what they do. I mean, they do computer models, just as they did. When you get into this stuff, debunking the global warming alarmists, last year, I've written, I don't know how many stories on this, but it was revealed that, all the historical, temperatures on an annual basis and so forth that they were using in their modeling was based on modeling. So someone last year actually went back to the best of their ability and did research and actually looked at the real temperatures over the last 100 years. And guess what? Okay, two different scenarios. Same thing, there was a NASA scientist who concluded, I wrote this last year as well. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I believe 95% of all climate models in use since 1979 were false. They were faulty based on computer modeling. So that has to be what's going on here. So this Lindzen guy, again, an MIT emeritus professor on this stuff. We always hear about the warming oceans, right? The oceans are rising. Obama, by the way, damn it, Obama said 6 years ago that he was going to stem the ocean's rise. Why did that not happen?
Well, wait a second. The oceans haven't risen.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
he's been successful at that.
Okay,
It's
good.
funny,
I'm
Mike.
kidding.
I lost a little bit of attention here as what you were saying. I'm not going to ask you to repeat it, but I just plugged into my computer model. And according to my computer model, which is kind of based upon these climate estimates as well, I mean, I use that as a framework for evaluating and putting together a program. So, according to a model that I have created, a computer model I've created, again, based upon these that are used to evaluate temperatures,
Right.
I will have hair growing down to my shoulders by a week from Tuesday. So that's cool.
Do you think that people really understand how well, we're geniuses. I mean, I think they have, but how really multi-talented we are? I mean, just in that short period of time, you were able to whip up a computer model to predict your hair growth. But so back to the oceans warming and rising, and the polar caps melting and glaciers. Here's what this guy says: 70% of the Earth is oceans. We can't measure those temperatures very well. They can be off a half of a degree, quarter of a degree, even 2/10 of a degree of change would be tiny. But 2/100ths is ludicrous. Anyone who starts crowing about those numbers shows they're putting a spin on it, which shocked me because you don't think Al Gore or Barack Obama, John Kerry, you don't think they put a spin on this stuff, do you?
John Kerry said that it's the biggest threat facing mankind. Why would he say something like that if it wasn't demonstrably true, Mike?
And you know what exactly? Because anybody that whether he even knows what a neologism is, but has the capacity to actually say it correctly in a sentence, I mean, that guy's got to be brilliant. So why would he tell us something if it wasn't true?
Yeah, you're implying that he has an agenda above and beyond that, Mike. And I don't know.
You don't suppose. I mean, I'm just thinking this now out loud. You don't suppose that there's an agenda on the left to push global warming? I did. I never thought that. I'm amazed.
I have not seen any evidence of it.
No, I haven't either. Because what reason would there be? Other than control and wealth redistribution. I mean, that's the only thing I could maybe come up with. So anyway, just one more thing about this guy, because I think this guy's awesome. He has received some hate calls since his interview, and he laughed as he talked about this typical, and this is anonymous. He goes, "I think people like you should actually be in jail." This is a guy that called him, because you must know where this is all leading now. The people you support and take your money from to make these outrageously anti-human comments. In other words, you're a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
Of course, the guy did not threaten to behead him. We talked about that last week, too, that they should be killed. But anyway, I just found that kind of interesting. And the more people that come out, we're under a minute, but there was a guy, I wrote this one up a couple of years ago, maybe, who used to be a global warming advocate, warmist, if you will, in Great Britain, just in effect lost the religion and came out a year or so ago and said this is all complete bunk. These people are crazy. But it doesn't matter to the left. Like my wife said about global warming, she said, I don't care what the facts are. I'm going to believe what I believe. There you go. That's the left. Take us out, brother.
Wait, your wife said that?
Yeah, she's a liberal. Come on. She thinks she's a liberal. We'll talk about that. She's a Democrat.
Well, folks, you have been listening to a depressing ending comment here on The Right Mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum. Hold on to the news. We'll be right back. We have another half hour to go. Thanks for listening.